So this is a reiteration of what we've done earlier this afternoon. So for you to know what we did, I made a mixture of 4 flours. The main ingredient is semolina, or what we call in Indian cuisine rava. And then I added rice flour. So this is 1 3/4 cups of rice flour and semolina, and then just a wee little bit of all-purpose flour and a bit of a flour called besan, which is actually chickpeas. If you take chickpeas and grind it into a flour, that flour is called besan. So rice flour, rava, the besan, and the all-purpose flour. These are the 4 flours that I used in this batter. Okay? So now we took the batter, we mixed it up, and then to season it, we have a lot of variety of options. So the options are cumin seeds. This is cumin seeds. Cumin seeds is what I added in the mix, and these are called curry leaves. These are called curry leaves, and they are very unique to India, especially South India. So they have a really good fragrance, and it's quite good for health too. And asafoetida. This is from a bark of a tree. It's like a resin from a tree, and it's got a sort of a really pungent, almost not the best smell, but the moment you put this in oil, then it fragrances the entire dish. So this is asafoetida. So that's what went into the mix that I put in. Besides that, you can add cilantro and chilies, 1, 2, 3, depending on the level of spice. The one that we made this afternoon didn't have any spice at all. So depending on your spice level, you can increase the number of chilies. And then this is ginger. Ginger in this would be really good. So you just take a small knob and grate it into the batter, and then that would be very good. So we have ginger and asafoetida, cumin seeds, cilantro, green chili, and curry leaves. So this would be the flavorings that would go into your batter. An onion, or 2 or 3, depending on how much ever you want. The more onions in there, you're going to have a little bit of a problem in pouring the batter, because the onion pieces tend to get stuck in the ladle. So that's the reason why we have the other option of pouring the onion pieces onto the surface of the hot skillet before you pour the batter on top. So either you can do that, or mince the onions fine and just put them in the batter like we did later on in the afternoon. So I want to do it one more time so that you can have it on record for later. Okay? So what I've done here is I've got the skillet on hot, and I'm going to check to see if it's hot enough. Okay? Yeah, let me just give it another minute or 2, because you see how it's bubbling up. I want it to disappear right away. So let me give it a minute or 2. I think let's just try. So look at my batter. My batter is all ready, and then we want it to be thin, very, very thin. This, since it's rice flour and semolina, both of them can absorb water. So if you keep the batter sitting down, it can absorb the water, so you might have to dilute it again. So as I'm doing this, I think it's okay, I'm going to try it. Okay? So I still have my tawa, my skillet on hot, and I'm going to pour it down like this. I want the effect should be lacy. You want a lacy, with lots of holes. That's what you're trying to get at. And then you take your oil. Unfortunately, you've got to be a little bit generous. You pour them on the sides of the skillet like this, and then a little bit on the top, and then You can use less too. The more you try, I generally use much less than this, but I want to make it look perfect for you this time. So then I'm going to time for about 2 minutes, and I'm going to reduce the heat to 8. So I've reduced the heat 2 notches down from high. So that's what it is. So you want the ideal dosa is crispy on the outside, has got the brown edges, and then soft in the inside. And there are tons of different variations of all of these flours. Each family will have different. It took me a long time to experiment and figure out the recipe that really works here. So it's just if you enjoy this, and you can tweak your recipe around, it's not rocket science. The only thing to remember is the skillet has to be hot only because the batter is so thin, and if it's not hot, then the batter won't stay in place. It'll sort of get into the middle. So we're about 1 minute already. I'm going to move the batter. I'm going to change the skillet around just a bit. Can you see it's already getting brown on the edges? Let me experiment and check to see if it's looking good. Problem. There you go. I think when I was talking to you earlier, giving you all the information, the skillet got a bit too hot. So here you go. Look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. That's it. There's no more to it than that. And I'm not going to flip it. All I'm doing is I'm going to fold it like so. And I'm going to turn it like this and take a nice platter, and I'm going to do this. To be really perfect, I would like it to be a little less more like this color, but this is what you're achieving. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is to take my pan, because I believe it's gotten a bit too hot. So I'm going to cool it down a little bit. I'm going to cool it down a little bit. And then we'll put it back again. Put it back again in the heat. Raise the heat again a little bit, and then check to see whether it's hot enough. See? I think it's okay. Then I will lower the heat. No, we want to make another one. Stirring the batter every time is crucial, because if you don't stir the batter, the flour is going to get stuck in the bottom. So here you go. See, it became a little bit thick. I'm going to add a little bit more water. I felt like it was getting a little bit thick. So once you know your batter, look this. Can you see the difference the moment I added that extra water? That's it. And then you take the oil again, and then you drizzle the oil a little bit. And then lower the volume a little bit, and then wait to see what happens. See, if you look here, this was the first batch I put in, and you can see it's gotten thick because the batter wasn't thin enough. So the trick is to have the batter should be just thin, that it becomes lacy. Our first dosha was better because the consistency was right, and because it's the nature of the flour, it does absorb water. We just have to be. It'll come. The more you do, it'll automatically you'll find the way to do it. Okay. right. Bye.